Getting ready for new soil. Today, very important activity, repotting of all my garden plants will be shown to you. It is a very important activity which must be done in 1 to 2 years for healthy growth of plants. Best time to do repotting is during springtime or just after rains in October or beginning of November. Basically, a time should be chosen when the weather is pleasant and dry. This helps the plant to get settled in new soil faster. And in this activity, you need help of gardener. It's a heavy activity, lifting of all the pots, removing the plants. So you need a help. For me, it took one entire day from morning till evening to complete this task of repotting of all my plants, changing their setting and soil. The charges can be around 1000 rupees to 1500 or maybe 2000 rupees, depending on how many pots you have and which city you are staying in and who is the gardener. If you know the gardener, so accordingly you can fix the charges. The first and the very important tip for repotting is stop watering the plant 1 or 2 days before this activity we start so that the soil is dry and the plant can be easily removed from the pot. In this big pot, I have pink bougainvillea and pink rose, that is rose climber, together. One season I enjoyed both the flowers together in this pot. It was a beautiful combination. But then repotting was must because in one pot, one plant can thrive very well. So this is also one of the reason when we have mixed planter, they need repotting often so that soil can be changed and plant can become more healthy and grow better. Removing the soil, trimming the fibrous roots, the entire process is so easy. One must not hesitate to do this. It is very natural and plants can bear this shock and again revive very nicely in new soil. So one must give it a try. A point to note here is that the roots which we cut, we discard it. We don't have to reuse it in soil to avoid any kind of infection. Best time to do reporting is in the time of evening. I was little worried that I am taking afternoon time for this, but with God's grace, it started raining, and I felt happy that there is little pleasantness in the environment, and my plants will feel better. Lemongrass doesn't need a wet soil, So during rainy season, uh, these plants are disturbed. So it is better to regrow them after rainy season for their healthy foliage. And now, when we know that repotting is very important activity, let us discuss when to do repotting. My observation says that when the roots are seen on the top part of the soil of the potted plant, or sometimes roots are coming out of drainage hole, that is the right time. When we find good foliage growth on the top part and the pot is very small and there is imbalance, that is the right time to repot. Sometimes the soil frequently dries up and it needs often watering, that is the right time to repot. Sometimes you will find slow growth of plant. It may not be due to winter dormancy. And sometimes you see roots on top soil. That is the right time to repot. And sometimes we may even observe salts or mineral deposits on the top part of the soil. The general rule is if you are growing plants in a pot, then after 1 or 1.5 years, it needs repotting for good growth. And now see how I prepare my garden soil. It is old garden soil, plus I have added 1 sack of cow dung manure, which I feel is the best manure for plants. And I have collected this from dairy. This is neem khali. Neem khali or neem cake is prepared from seeds of neem tree known as nimboli, and this protects the plants from root borne or soil borne diseases, fungus and other insects which are harmful for the plants. If you want to mix in soil for one pot, it can be just a handful of neem khali, but here I am using 2 packets of neem khali. And here is river sand. It helps to make the soil little porous and good for drainage. I have added many things to soil. All these things are locally available, but if you want to buy online, you may check description for links to buy coco peat, neem khali, havan ash, compost, cow dung manure and flowering seeds. And this is havan ash, rich in nutrients and good for soil. I have now added coco peat. When you are growing plants in open on terrace, coco peat helps in absorbing water and helps in retaining moisture in soil. Now goes the process of mixing it well. It is so satisfactory to make such soil for plants. You are fully assured that the plants will grow very nicely. Placing pot pieces on drainage hole is a good practice so that soil doesn't flow out with the water when we are watering the plants. Adenium plant is always potted in a shallow pot for its beauty, for the beauty of the caudex and the caudex to grow very nicely in shape on the topsoil. And now this process went on for all the plants, centering the plant and filling it with soil, then pressing from all sides, and very important, watering them. The entire process was very satisfactory and the result is also very good. 3 4 weeks have passed and my plants are doing well, and this extra soil which remains will give me chance for planting more plants for winter garden and especially spring garden. Be in touch so that I can share more of my gardening, and sharing we can learn. You may also give your ideas and tips on repotting. Goodbye, friends.